What is up, YouTube? It is your boy, Gifted by God Ministries, and we are back here with another banger, back here with another video, another download, another testimony. As you know, we always keep it righteous. We always keep it gifted and blessed on this channel. If you can, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content. Upcoming gifted channel, and we are trying to get on the algorithm. Please give us a like and give us a support, and y'all just stay blessed. We're going to get into this topic. We're going to be talking about spiritual warfare, be talking about the current state of the world and what's been going on with the world. Yeah, man, tune in. The more you level up, the higher you go. The more you level up, the harder the level gets. The more you level up, the bigger the boss, the bigger the fight. And this is why you have to stay prayed up. You have to be in your season of isolation. You have to stay true to the Most High God. You have to have faith and you have to have belief, because the enemy, he literally has sent everything, and he literally sent everything towards me, man. He came after my family. He came after me, and we survived. All praise to God. All praise to the Most High, the Creator, the Savior, the Source. We survived every single attack. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This time it was different. This time it felt like we had almost been forsaken, but we weren't. You ever saw that movie with Transformers? It was like the last one that they had with Sam. I think it was like Age of Extinction or some shit. Something. It might not be that one, but it was the one where the Transformers, man, because you have the Decepticons, which are the demons, the wicked, and you have the Transformers, which are the righteous, right? As they say. I don't know. It could be reversed. But anyway, there was a scene in the movie where it seemed like the Transformers were losing this time. It seemed when they had to get on that rocket ship and they had to take off, and everybody, the whole world saw that rocket get destroyed. And so they thought the Transformers were dead. They thought it was over with. The world had been overtaken. You know, innocent people were obliterated. It was it was real bad. It was that Transformers movie, the one that took place in Chicago. Yeah, that one. Basically, man, the whole movie, we were depending on the Transformers, the righteousness, the angels. But it ended up, it looked like they had got destroyed. It looked like they left, right? And so we shift our focus to Tyrese and the military, right? And we knew they couldn't take the Decepticons. We knew that they were no match for them. But we still had faith that the humans could do something in that movie, right? Until even they were going to be obliterated. And then the Transformers came back at the perfect time. It wasn't the perfect time for them, but it was the perfect time on God's timing. Like I was saying with the Transformers movie, is the Autobots, they had faked their demise. They acted like they went in a rocket. That rocket got destroyed in front of the whole world. Everybody, it was a test. The Autobots tested the humans and tested the world to see, were they gonna believe or were they gonna forsake the Autobots? Were they gonna give up on the Autobots? Were they gonna try to live in their own capabilities? And so the Autobots tested the humans in that movie that I was talking about, y'all, and the humans failed the test. They gave up on the Autobots. They turned on the Autobots. They forsake the Autobots. Okay, I'm using this as an example to go with Most High God. So the Most High God, sometimes he will test you and he will really act like he will forsake you. He will act like he's going to leave you. He will get quiet. You'll hear his voice, and then one moment you won't hear him for months, for a year, for years. You won't hear him. And you're doing everything righteous. You're praying. You're doing your righteous. You're doing everything. Right? You have to understand that you're being protected, but you're also going through the test. You're going through the test. You see, I'm out here in nature, y'all. Going through the test. But you have to go through the test because you have to be able to receive the blessings. But the Most High God, he has to know that you're ready to receive it. And he wants to see you go through it. Yes, I know, y'all, we hate these tests. We hate having to go through these tests. We hate having to always prove ourselves to the Most High God, the angels, and other people. But this is just, it's protocol. It's just, they had to do it. You have to do it. It is what it is, y'all. I know we don't like it, but this is what we have to do. Once you go through those tests, you don't have to, and you pass with flying colors, you don't have to go through these tests ever again. You may have to go through other tests, but that's just life. Life is testing. Life, you're put here to be a learner. The life is a school. You're learning everything you can from your past, your present, your future, your next life, the afterlife, and your past life. You're learning everything and you're putting it all together if you're wise, you're putting everything together, and you're learning from that, and you're passing the test, because the Most High God is the creator. He's the teacher. He's the parent. He's the professor of the test, which is life, which is a choice, right? So you put everything that you go through, you use his testimony to sharpen you and to uplift you and to empower you, right? And if you do these things correctly, you will succeed, you will pass. So I was going through it, y'all. I made these videos in like February, right? Because January 2026, just to go back, like basically since I've been woke since 2020. From 2020 to 2025, I thought I was fully woke, but I was like red pill rage woke, where I had a little bit of the truth and I ran with it, but I didn't fully enter and understand it. And I still was having one foot in, one foot out. So I was still living life, being attacked unknowingly, not knowing what was going on, just thinking this was life. Okay, 2026, I lost family, I lost friends. I woke up, the Most High God pulled me away. He put me in the season of wilderness. He put me back into isolation. And what was different from this time is I woke up, I got my powers back, I got my conscience back, I got my mind back, I got everything back and better, right? That I had in my past lives too. So what was different about this time is, you know, I start taking YouTube seriously. I start taking my walk with God more seriously, right? And I put all my devotion to that. I stopped caring about surviving. I stopped caring about working a job. I stopped caring about putting food on the table. I still do that. I still care about that, but I serve God first. I take care of myself first. Then I go to those slave people and go work for them to put food on the table, okay? But I'm not so money hungry as I used to be, because I understand that money is not real. It's an illusion. It's an energy. But going back to the point is basically January was like the rebirth month for me in 2026. I came into 2026 saying, oh, I'm gonna do everything different this year like we always say. Got caught right back in the sin. And then on the 5th day of 2026, I went to sleep. I cried. I prayed to God. I said, God, don't let this another year be wasted. Please remove anything out of me. Please remove anything that is ungodly and that is un-Christ-like out of me, and continue to heal me and wake me up. January 5th, 2026, I woke up, and ever since then, today is April, the end of April. It's like the last week of April. Ever since then, I've been a new man. I've been a new spirit. I've had a new Christ consciousness. Okay? I had some of the same characteristics that I had before, but they've multiplied and they've tripled for the glory of the kingdom of the Most High God, the creator, the savior, the divine, the source, all of the angels, okay? So with that being said, God had to forge me through the fire. Iron sharpens iron. He had to sharpen me. He had to forge me through the fire, and it hurt. It hurt, y'all. You know, I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm not going to go detail for detail because I'm still dealing with it to this day. But I'm seeing that the doors are opening. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm seeing that God is delivering me out of this tunnel, and I'm finally going to be free again for whatever next that I decide to endure and deal with. But this season, the last 2-3 seasons that I went through is, you know, January was like the reborn state. I was reborn again. Then February was February till now, I was trying to use those months of the beginning of the year, the spring, to use my rebornness and my reborn capabilities and knowledge and spirituality and incorporate it into my everyday life. So as I was doing that, I was getting stronger and stronger and building myself up every day to have all this stuff automatically scheduled within my life so that I have no choice but to win. I have no choice but to succeed. I have no choice but to be positive and have good energy. And I noticed through that period, I noticed that my energies and everything, it was hard at first, but now it's automated, it's easy, it's blessed. I don't have to remember to pray. I don't have to remember to pray before I go to sleep. I don't have to remember to pray before I eat. I don't have to question if this person is for me or not. I don't have to listen or not listen to my instinct. I automatically know. I automatically have my discernment kick in. I automatically have my senses kick in. I automatically have my awareness kick in. I automatically have my prayers go up and be answered. Okay? So we're all gonna have to go through a spiritual reborn trial, right? And it's gonna come with different enemies, different attacks. Most of them are gonna be your family and your friends and the people that were close to you, that you knew. Most of the time, they're being used by the enemy. If you're really gifted, if you're really chosen, you don't have a whole lot of people on your side that you thought you really had. You may have a whole phone or two phones full of people that you think are for you. And as you turn to God, these people, they will run away from you. They will forsake you. But it doesn't matter, because you are ultimately protected divinely and spiritually by the Most High God. And the Most High God will always keep you protected. He will always watch over you. And if he's for you, nothing can be against you. And these are things that you have to speak, you have to believe, you have to proclaim every single day. Okay? And you have to draw more people closer to God. But you have to take care of yourself. So before I could do these videos, y'all, I had to take care of myself. I'm not these fake YouTubers out here, these fake chosen ones out here that are preaching this false word of gospel, that are preaching all these false prophecies, and they're not practicing their own stuff. They're not doing their own stuff. They're not really practicing what they preach, right? They got one foot in and one foot out just for the love of the money. That's not me. That's not me. Okay, I took 4 months out of the year from January to April to really go through the fire, sit down in the fire, sit down in the damn fire, and literally be reconstructed, reborn, reforged, refinery. I had to literally be really rebuilt again to be able to know what's going on, right? So that was what I had to go through so that I could come back and make these videos. But that was a sacrifice that I paid for wanting to wake more people up, for wanting to give my life to the Most High God, for wanting to give my purpose and continue to figure out what my purpose was. That was the price that I had to pay. Was it worth it? Yes. Ultimately, it was worth it. Did I think it was worth it? No. I didn't understand, because the shit that I was going through, y'all, for the last 3 months is I was being attacked spiritually. Like I had always been, but this time it was a whole nother level. This time it was level 99. Not only am I being attacked spiritually from the matrix, the world, all sides of family and government and gang stalking and neighbors and demonic spirits, but basically what was happening, y'all, is as I was making these videos, as I was giving my life to God, as I was doing better, you know, the regular demonic shit that these people do was going on, you know, regular. But they were literally like, because what happened was, y'all, I had cut off all the bad people. I cut it all out of my life. So like, for instance, y'all, you have to cut out all demonic sins. You have to wash away and repent for these sins. You have to cut out these vices, cut out these addictions, cut out these bad habits, right? But you also have to cut out the bad people that do them too. You have to cut out the connections and the relationships and the soul ties that you have with these bad people. And it's a spiritual cleanse. It could take years, it could take days, it could take months, it could take weeks, it could take centuries. Everyone's different. But while you're doing that, you have to cut all that off, and you have to grow from it and evolve from it for the better, right? So that itself is very painful. That in itself is very painful. But the most painful experience is when you go through that test, where it's like I'm saying, the Transformers, it felt like everybody, like the Transformers had left them, but the Transformers, they came back and they saved planet Earth. A lot of people, they may have came back late. A lot of people may have already been gone, obliterated, annihilated, but they still came back in the right timing of the universe to save the rest of the world, right? So sometimes we're like, why is God not moving fast enough? Why is this thing not working out fast enough? Why is this not moving? Why are they taking 20 business days? Why are they doing this? Don't question it. Continue to have faith and continue to distract yourself with the word of God until it is your time. And when it's your time, take advantage of it, and you better be ready to carry that cross, man. You better be ready to carry that faith, because when you get caught up, you better be ready. Because like I said, sometimes we get so caught up on, when am I going to get called? When am I going to get the call? When am I going to hear his voice? When am I going to get the answer that I need? that time, you should be using that time instead of mumbling and complaining. You should be using that time to plan accordingly. You should be using that time to get spiritually stronger. You should be using that time to fast, to pray, to learn, to read the word, to read the scriptures, to understand them for yourself. You should be using that time to do that. Okay, so like I was saying, man, what was going on with me is I was going through it, y'all. I was going through it spiritually. I was being attacked on all fronts. And it felt like the Most High God had, like, put me in punishment, like he had left me or something. And I'm like, what did I do? You know, I finally jumped over the bridge. You asked me to jump and take that leap of faith. And I let go of everything that my flesh desired. And I gave it all away to seek the Most High God, to seek the truth, to seek the love. And this is what I get. I get attacked. I get, all this witchcraft and evil demonic people and these demons and devils and these evil spirits. They're just having their time. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like they were winning. It seemed like for a season or 2 or 3 that the enemy was winning. But it's all an illusion. The enemy was not winning. The enemy was being broken. The enemy was being tested. The enemy was being defeated. The enemy was being destroyed. All of his vessels, all of those witches and those warlocks, all of their plots and their plans and attacks, they were being broken. Their spells, their curses, their destiny swaps, they were all being broken and destroyed and rebuked and canceled. But it had to happen in the spiritual first before you could see it manifest into the physical. So sometimes we get caught up. We're like, what's going on, man? How are these people getting away with this shit? But you don't see that they're actually being destroyed in the physical. So these last 3 months, I haven't been on YouTube like that, man, because I have literally been fighting for my life. Every single breath and every single blink I take, it is always a fight, y'all. And I'm not going to get on this phone and make it seem like it's been easy, because it is not. This is something that has been very hard because I had to deal with it on myself. I didn't have anybody to vent to. As you see, as I'm in the wilderness, I had to literally go out here in the wilderness and I had to talk to the Most High God until I could get an answer. I had to meditate. I had to fast. I had to pray with my spirit team and with my angels just to be able to believe that it was achievable to be able to make it out of this alive, y'all. You do not understand the attacks. Okay, I will talk about that more in another video, but I mean, literally waking up every day with gashings and scratches and scars happening to you and your family and your children and the ones that you care about and love about, because the enemy is trying to attack you when you're asleep. He's trying to attack you when you're most vulnerable, because he knows that he can't step to you in the day. He knows that he can't step to you when you're awake. So he has to try to attack and step to you when you're asleep. This is why you have to be spiritually aware. You have to be spiritually awakened. You have to pray. You have to fast. You have to be righteous. You have to have discipline. You have to be ready, because you never know the time or the hour that a fiery dart or an attack from the enemy is coming. You just don't know. But if you build the right systems, you pray, you have a prayer life, you have a strong rebuke game, the enemy can't do anything. Because I told y'all, the enemy only does old tricks. He has no new tricks. So once you understand his system and you make a system to defeat his system, he has no ground. He can't do anything. Once you rebuke and take his territory up from under his feet, up from under his heels, once you go and cut off those horns and cut off those tails and those pitchforks and all of that evil, once you go and cut off those evil family members and demonic addictions and close those demonic doors and rebuke all evilness and wickedness, and you say it from the bottom of your heart that you are going to get rid of all that sin, the enemy, he has to leave. He has to flee. Now, we know the enemy doesn't play fair, but at the end of the day, God will move and God will make him leave. If he's not after, if they tell him to leave and he's still not leaving, which is what he's been doing, he has to leave. He will have to leave. He has to leave. So that's where I'm at now is, as you see, I'm being gang stalked, I'm being watched right now, but it's not as bad as what it used to be, y'all. Okay. So that's what I'm saying to say is, I went through some of the toughest times and everybody had left. Everybody had left me and my kids. They had left us. I'm not gonna lie, man. Everyone left us for dead. I mean, they pretty much left us for dead. And the only person we had was God. And my child had was the Most High God. The only person that we had was God and all of the angels. That's all we had. We didn't have nobody else. We didn't have a dollar. We didn't have nothing, y'all. We didn't even have the support that we have coming from y'all now. We didn't have anything. And the enemy wanted me to give up. He wanted me to give in, and I refused because, us chosen ones, us gifted ones, we're warriors in the spirit. We're warriors in the spirit. We're warriors in the mind. We're warriors in the spiritual. We're warriors in the physical. We're soldiers. We're soldiers of the Most High God. We're soldiers of the righteous. Okay? And so, once you break up out of these spells, once you rebuke and expose and cancel and defeat all of the kingdom of darkness and all of its vessels that are being used, these evil demonic spirits that travel from body to body to attack you, to put monkey wrenches out on the road, to try to stop you, to try to do all type of crazy shit, man. Okay? Once you defeat all of that, they can't do anything. Life gets so much peaceful. Life gets so much quieter. Life gets so much clarity. Life gets so much more meaning because you're finally in your purpose. You're finally in your development and your divine alignment, and life gets so much better, y'all. And that's why I say it's a wonderful time to live in the big 2026, because 2026, I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty ass, if we're all being honest, but it's still been blessed because it's like we can walk in the truth and there's no more illusions. There's no harm that can be done. There's no harm that we can do because we're finally waking up. We're finally seeing the truth for what it is. And it's just such a beautiful feeling. And I just encourage everybody who's got one foot in and got one foot out, who doesn't know what they want to do. I just encourage everybody to just stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Stop trying to cut corners. Stop trying to live lies. Stop trying to cheat. Stop trying to do this, man. Just live right. Just do the right thing. Just read the Bible. Just pray. And I promise you, life will be so much more appealing. It will be so much more better because you will finally be developed, man. You'll finally be fully developed. Your brain will be fully developed. Your spirit will be fully developed. And you will see life for what it is, man. Okay, you will see life for what it is. So I just have to say that for y'all, man. I hope y'all have a good day, man. I hope y'all take heed to this message. What a beautiful morning, a grand rising it is to be. Grand rising, great power, all praise to be to everybody, man. And just blessings and blessings to everybody. Take heed to this message and stay up, stay righteous, stay peaceful. Pray. Checking in, checking out. Ashe.